Shady. What do you got on the docket for us? Are you
Oh,
prepared?
I'm prepared. I'm prepared to take your ass to the
Okay.
grass because you're 50% right now, and I'm about to bring it 100.
Okay. Well, your time starts in three, two, one, go.
I'm about to bring something to y'all that it hurts me to bring to you. But to be honest, it's really close to
Hmm.
my heart because it's broken my heart more times than I can even count. It's broken my heart more times than any girl ever has. And that is that
Wow.
referees in modern day sports need to fucking go. Okay? There are
Oof.
better solutions across the board, and I'm going to explain to you why. First, I'm going to start with why referees fucking suck. Let's start with the NBA, okay? Between 2003 and 2013, of the 341 fines that were issued in the NBA to players, 81 were criticisms of refs and 35 were just from interactions with referees. That's over 35% of total fines and make up two of the top 3 categories of fines. Okay? That's pretty ridiculous just thinking about it that way. And
A little bit.
that's not even including the bullshit technicals like Crawford ejecting Duncan in that game for fucking laughing on the bench, mind you, on the bench, not even in the game, and stuff like Tim Donaghy, who straight up was caught fixing games for the mob, okay? Fixing games for the mob as a referee, someone who people have millions of dollars on every single game. He was fixing games. Okay, let's move on from basketball. Let's go to the NHL. How about Tim Peel? A couple weeks ago, dude, a mic literally just picked him up saying that he wanted to find opportunities to find a penalty against the Nashville Predators, probably because they were favored, who fucking knows, against our Detroit Red Wings. And mind you, the Detroit Red Wings suck. They were going to lose that game regardless. So what
Yep.
Peel was even doing didn't even matter. Was the dude about to retire? Yes. Was he canned? Yes. Thank you, NHL, for making the right decision, but that does not excuse our referees actually fixing games around things that both tear out our hearts and tear out our wallets. Okay, let's move on to the MLB. We're just cruising through this shit, ladies and gentlemen. Angel Hernandez, granted, he's one of the worst MLB umpires in literally the history of the league. But a couple weeks ago, he literally sat behind the plate of an Astros Angels game, and data says after the games, he literally only got 83% of his calls right. 83%.
That's so bad.
He got 17% of the strikes and balls incorrect. Are you fucking kidding me? This is a professional. And then I'm not even gonna dive into arguably the most pissed off I've ever been at a professional sports game when Jim Joyce actually bent Armando Galarraga, who was a Detroit Tiger pitcher, out of a perfect
Oh god, that was so
game.
bad.
Literally fucked him out of a perfect game. 1 out away in the ninth. 1 out away. It was a horrible call, and it tore the heart
Awful.
out of millions of people because of one inept motherfucker. And you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about the NFL because I think it's well known that the NFL has probably the worst referees in all of professional sports. All I will reference
30.
is that the New Orleans Saints literally lost an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl because literally the referee shat on their chance with a bullshit pass interference call that was missed, which was one of the most
15.
egregious calls in the history of the NFL. Those guys are motherfucking scrubs. I will finish it with this because I'm up against it,
10.
teams. There is literally a Roman inscription on the grave of a fallen
5.
gladiator that has fallen to his death. We need to fix
3.
some shit. Diodorus died because he let a person up from death, and it is about time we fix it. Ladies and gentlemen, fuck refs. They're gone.
Okay. I gave you a couple more seconds because you were kind
I
of going.
appreciate
You were
that.
on a hot
Thank
streak,
you,
so I
bro.
gave it
Thank
to
you,
you.
bro.
So I ain't gonna be so nice next time. Let me just. The Galarraga thing really just kind of hit me right in the soul. You know, I'm wearing. I'm wearing.
I
my Tiger
only
stuff,
added
like,
that because you were wearing that shirt.
That was just not nice. But here's what I think about that. It's an interesting take. You brought up a lot of good numbers and stuff. You know, made my brain think a little bit. little more than I was prepared to, for just being honest. But how do you do that? How do you get rid of refs? They're such an instrumental part of the game. They're almost, I would say, they're as important as players, which isn't right. But in this current system, they are.
In this current system is the key words, Mr. RJ. And I will give you a key word that can
Did I set you up?
replace these referees, and that is drones. Okay? Give me a drone at every
Ooh.
aspect of the game that is necessary. Whether it's the NBA, you might not even need them. Just give me 2 fucking hanging cams, and they can tell you basically every angle of the game. You got one motherfucker sitting at the head desk with a radio, and he'll tell you what's going on. The MLB, it's fucking obvious, okay? You can tell me what a strike and a spare is with a sensor and a radio. That's not even a question, okay? And cameras that are already set up tell you what's been caught and what has not. The key and the most difficult sports for sure are the NFL and the NHL. Give me drones, okay? Give me on an NFL field, give me 20 fucking drones. They'll give me all of the angles that I need. Give me 20 operators operating every single one of those drones, and we could actually get a product that makes fucking sense, and you call penalties that make fucking sense. If a backside D end is holding somebody on a play that's a sweep to the right, fuck it. Don't call that play. Nobody wants to see that penalty called. I don't care if you're a football player. I don't care if you're the left side tackle who's actually holding the guy. I don't care if you're that D end. I wasn't going to make the tackle anyway. Fuck that music, okay? Call penalties that make sense. Make changes to the game that make sense. And I'm actually really glad you asked that question, RJ. Because to be honest with you, one thing I hate about this is that we're kind of mitigating the impact of the fact that women are finally getting into these positions. You know, women are finally getting into the refereeing business, and they're finally making calls, throwing flags, blowing whistles, and I love that. I think it's long past due. We should have done it 30 years ago. There's no reason why we didn't. But now, with this new opportunity with technology, put half of those people in drones. So we got half women, half men. We expand the job pool, and boom, bada bing, bada boom. We just made more money for more people and fixed the game all at once. So give me drones, fuck refs. What do you got to say about that?
I like part of it. You kind of threw my mind for the loop there with the whole NFL thing, but it's gonna be my question to you. You kind of answered was the whole drone thing. You're gonna take these people out of their job. Well, if you're gonna have them also control the drones and have them make the decisions that the drones see, that would fix that. You might actually make more jobs. I just think that it's so bold and controversial that I just don't think it'll ever happen.
Would you say it's an
But
elevated
part of
take?
what you it is definitely an elevated take, and it kind of rings true with what your hot shit was this more earlier about the NFL refs changing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The actual language of what they're doing is pretty like, yeah, we're gonna change some stuff, but like not really. So it's gonna be interesting. I could see it happening in certain sports. In baseball, I think it's needed. I really do. It's baseball's kind. The umpires can control a game completely,
There's no reason not to do it.
but that's no. I think it's very interesting, and I'd like to see what the people have to say. So if they go to our website at elevatedtakes.com, you can vote for who had a more of an interesting or elevated take.